Hi everyone, my name is Rosalie de Miletes and I would be the last reporter to discuss a topic which is the overconfidence. So, what is overconfidence? It is a tendency of people have to be more confident in their own abilities or overestimate their abilities. For example, a person who thinks that their sense of direction is much better than it actually. So it shows overconfidence when going on a trip without a map and refusing to ask direction. So an individual who thinks that they are much smarter than they actually. So overconfidence is another bias for growth companies and forecasts, which causes analysis to overestimate the rate of growth and the duration of this growth. For growth companies, or overemphasize good news and ignore negative news for these firms. Representativeness. It is used when making judgment about probability. So representativeness, which causes them to believe that the stock of growth companies will be good stocks. And confirmation bias is also a tendency to search, interpret, favor, and recall information in a way to confirm or to support a one's prior belief or values. So confirmation bias whereby investors look for information that support prior opinions and decisions that they have made. So they also experience sample size neglect, wherein they are prone to conclude the high growth result from a few past years, 4 to 6 years for long-term future periods. As a result, they will be misvalue the stock of these popular companies. Overconfidence is also related to self-attribution. So, what is self-attribution? It is a cognitive phenomenon by which people attribute failures to situational factors and success to dispositional factors. Self-attribution bias where people have tendency to ascribe any success to their own talents while blaming any failure to a on backlash which can causes them to overconfidence. So this bias leads investors to hear what they want to hear. So overconfidence is also nurtured by hindsight bias, or also known as a knew it all along phenomenon or creeping determinism. It is a common tendency for people to perceive past events as having more predictable than actual. So hindsight bias, which is a tendency after an event or for an individual to believe that he or she predicted it, which can cause people to think that they can predict that they, than they can do. So the study of Brown 1999 pointed out the effect of noise trader, the non-professional with no special information on the volatility of closed-end mutual funds. So what is noise traders? It is a stock trader who decision to buy or sell based on a factors they believe to be helpful but in reality will give them on better returns than a random choices. When there is a shift in sentiment, these traders move together, which increases the price and the volatility on these securities during the trading hours. So next. Clark and Statman 1998 found that noise traders tend to follow newsletters writers who in turn tend to follow the herd. So what is follow the herd? It means that to do what the most other people do. And also, Chef Frin 2001 described the escalation bias which causes investor to put more money into a failure that they feel responsible for rather than into a success. So escalation bias, it is a term often used in psychology, sociology, and finance. Refer to a situation in which people would have initial made a decision that may be rational follow it with an irrational one in order to justify the initial decision. So this lead to the relatively popular investor practice of averaging down on an investment that has declined in value since the initial purchase rather than to consider selling the stock if it was mistake. So what is averaging down? Averaging down, it is an investment strategy that involves a stock owners or purchasing shares of a previously initiated investment after the price has dropped. So the thing that is that if was a buy or high price, it is a screaming bargain at a lower price. It is obvious that then a alternative solution is to reevaluate the stock to see if some important bad news was missed in the initial valuation. Sell it and accept the loss, or to confirm the initial valuation and acquire more of bargain. So therefore, it is essential to seriously look for a bad news and consider the negative effect of this news on the evaluation. So that would be all. Thank you.